Wherever you are, I hope you're comfortable, safe, and ready to drift. Maybe you're lying down, the lights low, the air still and soft around you. There's no rush here. The world can wait, because tonight we're going to step out of the hurried pulse of human time and into something older, quieter, and infinitely slower. Tonight we'll explore how time moves differently for plants. It sounds like a riddle, doesn't it? How can time, one of the most constant forces in the universe, move differently at all? Yet if you've ever watched a flower unfurl in time-lapse, or seen the roots of a seedling snake gently into the dark, you already know what I mean. Plants live inside a slower current of time. Their movements are so gradual that to our eyes they seem still. Yet under the surface, they are in constant motion, stretching, sensing, reaching, responding. In a way, to understand a plant's time, we must learn to unlearn our own. If you were to sit by a small patch of grass, just as the first light of morning touched it, and you stayed perfectly still, if you waited for hours resisting every instinct to fidget or move, you might begin to notice it breathing. The tiny blades shifting ever so slightly toward the light, the slow, steady pulse of evaporation as each droplet of dew fades. You might even feel that the grass itself is not motionless. It is merely living at a tempo that we, the restless creatures, rarely take the time to hear. Human time is noisy. It's measured in seconds, minutes, and deadlines. It's carved into schedules and alerts, shaped by urgency. But plant time flows differently. It's measured not by clocks, but by the rhythm of sunlight and shadow, the pull of gravity, and the quiet cycles of chemistry. A tree doesn't care if a minute passes, or an hour, or a century to the tree. All are simply parts of a continuum, unbroken, unhurried. The German naturalist Alexander von Humboldt once described nature as a web of life vibrating with invisible forces. Plants were at the center of that web. He noticed how their growth seemed to hum with unseen patterns, guided by rhythms larger than any individual being could perceive. And indeed, plants are deeply attuned to time, not our kind of time, but their own. Inside every leaf and stem lies an intricate network of biological clocks. These aren't clocks made of gears or hands, but of molecules that turn on and off in cycles, responding to light, temperature, and even the memory of seasons past. This system is called the circadian rhythm. Just like us, plants possess a kind of inner metronome, tuned to the day and night. While we might feel sleepy as dusk falls, a sunflower begins to shift, preparing for the dark. Its petals close slightly. The flow of sugars in its veins changes direction. Genes turn on and off like lanterns, orchestrating a slow biological symphony that unfolds over 24 hours. It's almost as if time itself has a flavor, and plants taste it differently from us. If you've ever seen a time lapse of a sunflower following the sun across the sky, you've seen that rhythm made visible. The head of the flower tilts east at dawn and slowly tracks the light as it arcs westward. Then, during the night, it resets, turning back east again in anticipation of the next sunrise. This behavior, called heliotropism, is not just poetic, it's deeply practical. By following the sun, the plant maximizes the energy it captures through photosynthesis. Yet this motion isn't purely reactive, it's predictive. Even if you keep a sunflower under constant light, it will continue to move as though the day were still cycling. That's how deeply its inner clock runs. Humans often imagine time as something we possess, something we spend or lose. But plants reveal a different truth. Time is not something to use, it's something to belong to. To understand this belonging, let's zoom out. Imagine an ancient forest, perhaps in Borneo or the Pacific Northwest, a rainforest cathedral of green, where shafts of sunlight fall like liquid gold through the canopy. Here, each plant lives according to its own temporal rhythm. Some vines grow inches in a day, racing toward the light. Others, like the massive dipterocarp trees, rise so slowly that a human lifetime barely captures their adolescence. Yet in that forest, all these rhythms interlock. Roots whisper chemical messages through the soil. Fungi weave mycelial threads that connect tree to tree. and the entire ecosystem pulses with a shared heartbeat of growth, decay, and renewal. The fungi move nutrients between trees. The trees shade the seedlings below. The seedlings wait years, sometimes centuries, for a branch to fall and a shaft of light to open the sky. And when that happens, the waiting plant surges upward, fulfilling a destiny written long before it germinated. To live as a plant is to experience patience as a physical law. Even scientists studying plant motion have learned humility. In the early 20th century, the Indian scientist Jagadish Chandra Bose devoted his life to revealing the secret movements of plants. Using exquisitely sensitive instruments, he detected tiny pulsations in leaves and stems, movements too slow for the naked eye. What he discovered was astonishing. Plants aren't static at all. They pulse, tremble, and breathe in microscopic rhythms. Some of these motions repeat every few seconds. Others take hours. Bose likened them to a heartbeat, a living rhythm coursing through the plant's tissues. He even found that plants could remember past experiences, responding differently to repeated stimuli as though they learned over time. Though his ideas were controversial in his day, modern research in plant neurobiology has uncovered similar patterns. Electrical signaling through plant cells, chemical communication across roots, and memory-like effects that persist after an event. It's not memory as we know it. No thoughts, no emotions, but a kind of embodied awareness. The plant learns through time, not beyond it. When we slow down enough, we can see that plants don't simply exist in time, they shape it. In a forest, the rhythm of tree growth defines the landscape's clock. A fallen log feeds the next generation, mosses cover its bark, fungi weave through its core. 100 years might pass before the log's nutrients return fully to the soil. But in the grand story of the forest, that's just a breath to plants. Time is circular. Everything that falls becomes food. Everything that grows will one day return. There's no straight line, no finish. Only the endless rhythm of becoming we humans, with our linear sense of time, our before and after, can barely imagine that kind of eternity. But to sit quietly among trees is to feel it, the hush of a rhythm so deep that it makes the ticking of clocks sound absurd. Let's return for a moment to the smallest seed. Imagine it resting in the soil, dormant, waiting. To us, that waiting might feel like nothingness, a pause before life begins. But within the seed, time moves differently. Molecules quiver in anticipation. Hormones lie in delicate balance, ready to awaken the moment conditions are right. Just enough warmth, just enough water, the faintest whisper of light. When that moment comes, the seed does not burst in haste. It unfurls carefully, deliberately. The root tip pushes downward, guided by gravity, while the shoot turns upward toward light. Each movement is microscopic, yet purposeful, a choreography millions of years in the making. From our perspective, this might take days. From the seed's perspective, it's a lifetime condensed into motion. Time for the seed is not measured in hours. It's measured in possibility. As you listen now, perhaps your own breathing is slowed. Maybe you can feel that rhythm inside yourself, the inhale and exhale, the rise and fall. You too are a part of nature's clock. Every heartbeat, every cell division, every subtle chemical pulse is a movement in time. The difference is only in the tempo. If you could stretch your perception wide enough, if you could see a forest not as static trees, but as a symphony of slow motion, you might see roots crawling through soil like fingers of light. You might see leaves trembling with invisible waves of energy and flowers opening like dawns in miniature. You might even realize that plants aren't living in time. They are living as time, because every cell of a plant is a record of change, written slowly, beautifully in green ink. Sources for Part 1. Darwin, C., 1880. The Power of Movement in Plants. London, John Murray. Bose, J.C., 1902. Response in the Living and Non-Living. Longmans, Green & Co. Theis, L., Zeiger, E., Muller, I. M., and Murphy, A., 2015. Plant Physiology and Development, 6th edition. Sinauer Associates. Hall, A. and McWaters, H.G., 2016. Endogenous Plant Rhythms and the Regulation of Photosynthesis. Journal of Experimental Botany. Kamovitz, D. 2012. What a Plant Knows, A Field Guide to the Senses. Scientific American. Farrar, Strauss, and Giroux.